Trenton 365 with Jacque Howard. Profiling the businesses, organizations, and people that make Trenton better.
Hello, friends. Welcome to the Trenton 365 show. I'm your host, Jacque Howard. Happy New Year! Welcome to 2019 for all of you who are out there. I know 2018 for several people, it was probably a difficult one, but we are going to think positive and we're going to continue to move forward. You're listening to the Trenton 365 show over New Jersey's oldest radio station, WIMG 1300. And you can follow WIMG 1300 on social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at WIMG 1300. If you're watching, it's over WPHY Channel 25 covering Mercer County, New Jersey through the Verizon Fios network. The Trenton 365 show has a Facebook page, and you can follow me there on Facebook. You can also post your events to the Trenton 365 community calendar page on Facebook. And you can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter as well at Trenton 365. And for those of you who are into YouTube and live videos, I'll be live streaming beginning at the end of this month again with the Trenton 365 live show, which is going to be a bit more of an in-depth look at some of the things that I'm doing and bringing in some different guests and integrating some music, etc. But you can follow that on the YouTube page, Trenton 365. In the studio with me are my two interns, Evelyn and Vont. And sad to say that tonight is Evelyn's last time with us. She has been absolutely fantastic for these 6 months. We're looking forward to seeing what she's going to be doing in the near future. But we're going to flip the script tonight, and I'm going to interview them for 15 minutes or so. Then we're going to have them interview each other because both of them are interested in film, radio, and television as they pursue higher education. So this is going to be an opportunity for them to get some great experience and exposure, and for them to use that in their high school packets that they'll be sending out to the colleges. So without any further ado, Evelyn, Vont, welcome back to the show.
Thank you, sir. Always a pleasure to be here.
Awesome. Thank you for saying that. So let's talk a bit about what was your holidays like? I know both of you had very interesting holidays, and tell me a bit about what, Vont, over to the left, there we go. Tell us a little bit about what you were doing first. I know you were traveling, and then we'll switch over to Vont and have you talk about your holiday season.
I was spending time with my family, like all Hispanics do. We celebrated Christmas. Christmas turned up to my house, and we watched movies. We played video games. We did everything together, and we had like a great time together. So it was really fun. And also I got to spend my birthday too, which is close to Christmas, with my dog and my family, and it was really special. So.
That's awesome.
Happy belated.
Yep, happy belated. No, you actually said it to her before the came on.
Yeah.
And both of these young people recently turned 18, which is awesome. I like to tell folks that, when I was 18 and younger, I definitely wasn't doing as much as both of you were doing, and I'm sure I was definitely not as socially and civically engaged as you both are. Vont, now over to you. How was your holiday season, and what are some of the things you did?
It was good. Right before the holiday season, at the beginning of December, I got into my second choice, but my first college acceptance of William Patterson University. Thank you. And then right after that, I got into Kean University. I've been dreaming about going there since 10th grade. I'm a senior now. A couple days right before Christmas, I got my license. Thank God. And then right after that, Christmas, I spent Christmas Eve with my girlfriend and her family. We had fun. And my girlfriend's Guatemalan, so like you said, like Hispanic holidays are like everybody's dancing, everybody's drinking. I wasn't drinking, but everybody's dancing, everybody's drinking. It's a good time. And then Christmas Day, she came with me with my family. We had dinner, opened gifts, but it was real good. And then we had New Year's at my mom's. We had like a family game. Now we play like Family Feud, like categories, and we watched the ball drop. It was real nice.
Now, you both led off talking about spending time with families. Mm-hmm. And for the short period of time that I've known you both, like your families are very important to you, and you get a lot of support from your family members. I've had an opportunity to meet your parents and siblings, or et cetera. Just talk about what's it like to be 18 years old nowadays and to have that familial support.
I guess for my personal family's sake, I guess we are really tight, so we never like leave each other out in the open. So we talk to each other, we like text each other, we like call each other when we're even in our rooms. It's pretty funny
yes,
because we're downstairs and it's everything. It's
text each other like memes and stuff. Like
yeah. And me and my sister, we always text because she's always in college. But it's pretty close. Yeah, as you can say, Hispanics are like pretty close. But I love my family. They're really special to me.
Oh, so. That's awesome. That's awesome.
I have a good relationship with all my family. Like I have my mom, my dad, my stepmom, and I have 2 little sisters. I feel it's important for everybody to be like close knit together now. I'm a first generation college student in my family, so when I go to college in 9-8 months, I'm not. Obviously, we're still gonna be close. I don't know how like different things are gonna be. It's gonna feel weird like not being like I'm only gonna be like an hour some change away, but like it's just gonna be weird like not being there. So I want to make sure like before I leave like. My sisters are straight. I don't gotta worry about nothing, and I mean I know that nothing's gonna change in my parents and family, obviously. But I mean, yeah, it's important to like just. I guess. Do you have siblings?
Yeah, I just.
Yeah. No.
Save that for when you interview her. You guys gotta get into that.
It's like it's important just to like stay close to like no matter what. Like no matter I don't know. I just can't stress that enough. Like just to make sure like you have that good bond because like if you don't have family, what else do you have? Mm-hmm.
So I want to stick with that a little bit and talk about, Vinny, I'm going to get you on this. But anyway, I want to talk about 12th grade, your senior year. What has that experience been like for you? I know like you're getting, whether it's taking a standard test, SATs, anything like that, along with that, but also putting together your packets to send out to colleges, the applications, et cetera. And I think that before the holidays, I was sharing, back when I was going to college, like everything was handwritten, et cetera, or typed up. Like there was hardly anything that was done electronically. And I know that that's changed the process quite a bit. And even in school, like now you have classes specific to putting together your application, getting your papers written, your essays, et cetera, and things of that nature. So from both of your perspectives, because you go to 2 different schools, can you share your thoughts about what that's been like?
First of all, just to say, the SATs have been super hard for me. I took the test 3 times and finally got the score that I needed to get. So it was really hard for me to go in the test 3 times. And then after the test, it's been pretty easy so far. So there's a class called like Senior Seminar that helps us with college helping us with college and like searching for colleges and what we need. There's counselors for us. People are there to help us, and like the experience been easy and breezy. The applications have been easy, and I've gotten into 8 schools, as people can tell that are really shocked straight away because it's been super accepted, not any rejections, thankfully. And it's been really easy for me. I guess you could say like the things that I learned from that class has been really helpful for me. So.
And Vont, before you answer that question, I want to say again publicly that I am so proud of you being able to get accepted to 8 schools, and you sent out 10 applications, and you're expecting to have 2 more returned back to you. So well done, Evelyn. And Vont, we're going to get into yours after you share your thoughts. But Evelyn, that's just absolutely amazing. And
Thank you.
I think that I know even when you told me, you're kind of like, yeah, I got in. Like you've downplayed it, but that's a big deal.
Yeah.
And congratulations to you, your family, your counselors, all the educators in your life, and everyone who supported you, because that's a big deal. So congratulations. And Vont?
I want to say senioritis is a thing. And, like, I've never understood it. I've always understood it because obviously everyone has their opinion about school, and like as the years is going on, like, oh, I'm ready to get out here, I'm ready to graduate. Now you're a senior and you realize like this is it. Like, can we just go? So, but I mean, the college process, like I said, I think when we interviewed a couple weeks ago, it's been stressful, because there's a lot that goes into it, like applications alone, FAFSA, hitting deadlines, SAT scores, if you're taking ACTs, filling out scholarships. There's a lot that goes into it. Honestly, I had no idea up until about a couple months ago that all this went into it. But like I said, thankfully for I've had classes, teachers, role models, my parents, other family members, my girlfriend to help me go, even coming here with you every week, an internship to have this real world experience for what we want to do and what if anyone else in the world wants to do. Like this helps a lot. So thank you, everybody, thank you. But yeah, it's been a crazy process, and I know like in September I'm gonna go and be like, wow, like I'm here. This is it. Like, this is all it's been leading up to.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Well, I think that both of you are going to do fine. You two are two fine young adults, and again, I'm excited and thankful to have you both in my life, and I appreciate what you've done, and I look forward to seeing you both progress into whatever it is that you get into. But I think that you're both going to do very well in communications in whatever area that is, radio, television, film, etc. I'd like for you to talk a bit about internship, because I think that even when, like you two being technically air quotes, my guinea pigs, my first two interns, this has been a starting process for me, and it's been a learning process for me and also for folks here at WIMG and also at Trenton 365. Shout out to Will Foskey, 78 Ways Studios as well. So just talk about the internship process and what that's been like as far as not only doing this, but also through school, what the school's expectations are for you in internships.
The expectation for the school is very high. In my school, they want everything to be done, and they want everything for me to be learned through here. So the internship because this is also their first time getting kids the internship, and this is like our first time being out there because this is the first time, and they want feedback or anything they want just to see if it's going to continue or not. The internship so far here, it's been crazy. I'm talking right now, so this is my second time talking. I've never done that, so yay for me. So just listening to the people, the guests that come here, it's been amazing. So the experiences that they experience and the jobs they have and what they do, it's really fun. Yeah.
Awesome. Vont?
Unfortunately, the reason I'm here is because Mr. Patrick Williams, shout out Mr. Patrick, he's not in our district anymore because he actually got a promotion in another school district. But he's the reason I connected with you, and Mr. Wallace too, Mr. Keith Wallace, shout out to him. But so I wouldn't say anybody I know if Mr. Patrick was still here in my school, he would keep up with me, and he would always be asking how's things going with Jacque, how are things with this and that and the third. But this internship is honestly, I've hosted this show. This is my fifth or sixth time. I'll be hosting again later today, and I've been able to not only learn from you, but be able to portray what I've learned in times where you've been absent. I've been able to learn how to, like I said, you pay attention to everything that everything that you talk about with your guests, you genuinely care. And in the couple times that I've even been interviewed, I was in this chair the second week I came here. So I've I've been able to pick up off of that, and like I said, be able to use that in the real world, which is something a lot of people my age and people evidently people older weren't able to have that type of resource. So it's been a privilege to be here.
Well, thank you very much, both of you, for the kind words. I appreciate that. And if future interns are as good and helpful and as you both are, it's going to make my life and my job here and WIMG and Trenton 365 much, much better. So you guys have actually been fantastic. So we've got a couple of minutes up before we're going to switch seats a little bit, and the two of you are going to talk to each other and interview each other, which I'm really looking forward to, and I will be right over here at the production table watching. But before we finish up, I'd like for you to share just a couple of things individually about yourself, and as if you're speaking to the listening audience, just about some things that are on your mind. I want to give you an opportunity, a minute, 60 seconds, 90 seconds, etc., just to share a little bit about some of the things that's on your mind, and you can speak directly to the listening audience. And whoever wants to go first.
I guess I'll go. So the thing is, be prepared for 12th grade. It's hard work, but at the end of the day, you'll get out of it, and you'll see that it's gonna be easy towards the end because you'll have the help that you'll need, and if not, then you can go with other people or ask for help or anything like that. So I recommend you going out, seeking help, and doing whatever you can.
Whatever it is, I guess, in life, I'm gonna sound cliche, but like whatever it is in life that you want to do, like get up, find a way to go do it. Like I want to become a talk show host, so I started coming here, and I'm starting to talk to people and like plan things so I can like go out and do it on my own in the real world. I want to produce films, so I've connected with people who allow me to be like have that opportunity and teach me how to do that. I wanted to do YouTube videos, so I picked up a I didn't even have a camera. I used like an iPod Touch, and I started filming and self-taught myself how to edit. I learned how to the drums and everything that I do. So like it's like literally nothing's impossible at all, especially in the generation and accessibilities that we have today in today's day and age. So like whatever it is you want to do, go ahead and do it. Don't let anybody stop you, and don't procrastinate or get lazy with it either. Because if you're not gonna do it, then nobody else is. So
that's fantastic. We're up on our first segment ending, and I'll be switching chairs with Evelyn and with Vont. But again, publicly, I'm going to say thank you to both of you. The internship has been amazing. Evelyn's going to be moving on. Vont will still be here for a couple of months, so you'll get a chance to see and hear more from him. You've been listening and watching the Trenton 365 show. Jacque Howard here. I'm interviewing my interns, Vont, Devontae, Leak, and Evelyn, I'm going to get this right, Quijivix.
Yes.
Quijivix. Yeah. You're listening and watching Trenton 365 show. I'm Jacque Howard. We'll be back after a short break.
This here is the story of Lawrence, who always wanted to play pro football. His parents supported his love of the game, sent him to special camps, and then, in college, pro scouts came to a bunch of games where Lawrence was playing the trumpet at halftime. Yeah, Lawrence was never that good at football, gave up by the time he got to college. But he also learned how Geico could save him a lot of money on car insurance, so he switched and saved. So, this here story has a happy ending after all.
Need a truck to move? Let Justin's Rental of Selman's BP save the day. Justin's has the right trucks for all commercial and residential moves. Justin's has the moving supplies and boxes available. Justin's Rental at Selman's BP has everything you need for your move at affordable prices, featuring the best in pickup trucks, 10 and 15-foot box trucks, and vans. Justin's Rental at Selman's BP is located at 2596 South Broad Street, across from the McDonald's in Hamilton. For your rental truck needs, call 609-888-3327. That's 609-888-3327. Justin's Rental at Selman's BP. If you are moving, we have the trucks to meet your moving needs.
To the Trenton 365 show. My name is Vont Leak. I'm sitting here with Evelyn Quijivix, right?
Yes.
Hey, I got it. All right. And I want to say that again. Thank you to Jacque for this internship as a whole, but for allowing us this opportunity. This is Evelyn's first time alone on the guest side, and then in a couple minutes when we come back on a break, we're gonna switch up. And I want to talk to you directly because we've talked numerous times about what you want to do. You and I have similar interests in our future. You want to go to school for filmmaking, radio, talk show, media, etc. One thing that you mentioned to me, you want to do YouTube. Mm-hmm. And I, for about 4 years now, have done YouTube. I want you to talk about what interests you on YouTube, and because we're about to connect. We're about to have a whole oh my god moment.
Okay.
Same.
I guess because YouTube has been a big influence on me. YouTube is a platform where you can learn things, edit. You learn how to do transitions, how to do everything, and it's really fun to explore that realm. Also just seeing other people, because also people in YouTube, that's their real job, and maybe someday I can have that as a side for maybe just side money or something, just to get more experience. And I guess YouTube has been the help for me, because I also have been self-taught to edit some things on a program called iMovie and also Final Cut Pro. So that's helped me a lot.
Why not do it now?
I guess what's stopping me is people, their voices, I guess, their disagreements. Also because I'm not like really comfortable with what I have to show people or like the side of the story that I have to say. I guess I'm not ready for it, but maybe someday.
Are you scared like people aren't gonna like agree with you, or people won't like you?
Yeah, people won't like me. They think I'm like boring, or maybe like I don't have a story to tell, or something around that realm.
I'm gonna tell you something that I wish somebody told me 4 years ago. I wish people tell me this now, but like now that I'm deeper into it, I don't need the minds. I don't need like, so like I said before the break, and I'll constantly tell it to you. Literally do it. I had no morals. I had no structure. I had no idea of what I was doing when I started doing it. My first video I did. My first legit video, I did like a 25 facts about me video. 25 facts that nobody cared about. I said like dumb things like I'm black and I'm proud, or I like fried chicken and stuff like that. And then eventually I grew from having like 2 subscribers to I'm almost at 2,000 right now. And because of me consistently doing it and getting at it, not only am I doing what I love, I'm growing in knowing what the passion is. So like from like just doing YouTube videos, like what do you like watching, like challenges or like tags or like DIYs and stuff?
All of them actually.
Yeah, so just from doing that, and I know like I used to watch like O2L,
yeah,
or like who else, like Casper Lee, or like other YouTubers like that, and then seeing them grow, it's like, okay, I want to do this, but more strict. That's why I've like shifted over to doing more bigger projects like short films and other things. And I feel like for you in the 4 or 5 months roughly that I've known you, well, everybody has a story, but you are, like Jacque said earlier, you brushed off the fact that you got into 8 colleges, which, by the way, congratulations, because I can't relate. You brush it off as like nothing, like at all, but sometimes it takes this little bit amount of courage to like sit there and be like, hi guys, my name is Evelyn Quijivix. I want to do XYZ. I want to do that. I feel like that's literally all it takes. You don't ever know who's watching. And honestly, personally, if you want to like sit down and get serious about it, I will help you. I have equipment. I have resources, like I told you earlier about the film program. I have a bunch of people that could help you get into. I'll help you, like I said. But to see somebody that wants to do what I do, and like for me to know how eager I am to do it, by all means, if like I'm trying to encourage you to do it. Do you like where else do you want to do besides YouTube, like career wise?
I don't know so far, because this is all like, well, really, I made the decision to go into film this year, so I really had no idea that I was gonna go into this career. I actually wanted to go into psychology, so that's a fun fact. So I guess what pushed me to make this decision is YouTube, and I just have to push myself, as you said. So
watching YouTube for the past year and growing a love for that is what shifted from psychology, because psychology is still not a bad route. You could even like minor in like film, or just double major. Shoot. So you told me earlier, just touch on it again. What do your parents do? And do your siblings too?
My sister does social media marketing. She's currently in her 2nd year, and she's about to finish her 2nd year.
Where?
In Centenary University.
Okay.
It's by Hackenstown. My mom does. She works at a factory. She does her production and thermometers, and my dad works 3 jobs. 3 of them are part jobs, so all of them are like in separate, but he works day and night, so until he gets home at 10. So he does like a thrift store pickup, that sort, and he's also a cooker and hula hands that's here, and he also does something else, but I forgot. But they work really hard.
Do your parents and your sister play a role in why you want to do what you want to do? Or how you got to where you are right now?
Not really, but they do support me, because this is the first time that they're hearing this. This is taboo for them. So I'm guessing that they just want to support me and make a feel for what I want to do. So they support me.
Do you feel like, and we're going to wrap it up real quick because we're about to come up on a break. Do you feel like you're, like, no matter where you go, so let's say you do YouTube, let's say you're the next Spike Lee or next Tyler Perry, do you feel like your parents and your family, your siblings, cousins, whoever, like, your first relatives are, is their opinion more important towards what you do, more important than, like, the rest? So, like, let's say you did YouTube videos. If your parents were okay with it, but, like, supporters weren't, how, like, you feel on that?
Well, pretty much I don't care about their opinion, but I do, but I don't. So I would just go to my gut and what I feel is right for me, because in many ways it's what I feel it's right. And if they are supportive, then it's better for me, in my opinion. So
that feeling is more so for random strangers and guests that you don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. We're gonna talk. Evelyn's YouTube channel is coming soon. Real quick, we're up on a break. Share your social medias where anybody can contact you, and where we're gonna see this upcoming YouTube channel coming soon.
Instagram is Evelyn EVELYN _Quijivix QUIJIVIX.
Okay. My name is Vont. I'm sitting here with Evelyn Quijivix. We are up on a short break on the Trenton 365 show, but we'll be right back. We are going to switch out. Evelyn's going to be interviewing me, asking me questions about what I want to do, everything. I'm excited because it's rare that, like, I talk to somebody that wants to do what I want to do. So, but we'll be right back with more of the Trenton 365 show right after this.
This here is the story of Lawrence, who always wanted to play pro football. His parents supported his love of the game, sent him to special camps, and then, in college, pro scouts came to a bunch of games where Lawrence was playing the trumpet at halftime. Yeah, Lawrence was never that good at football, gave up by the time he got to college. But he also learned how Geico could save him a lot of money on car insurance, so he switched and saved. So, this here story has a happy ending after all.
Need a truck to move? Let Justin's Rental of Selman's BP save the day. Justin's has the right trucks for all commercial and residential moves. Justin's has the moving supplies and boxes available. Justin's Rental at Selman's BP has everything you need for your move at affordable prices, featuring the best in pickup trucks, 10 and 15-foot box trucks, and vans. Justin's Rental at Selman's BP is located at 2596 South Broad Street, across from the McDonald's in Hamilton. For your rental truck needs, call 609-888-3327. That's 609-888-3327. Justin's Rental at Selman's BP. If you are moving, we have the trucks to meet your moving needs.
Trenton 365. My name is Evelyn Quijivix, and I will be hosting Vont. So this is my first time, so bear with me. I have a few questions, and here we go.
You good?
I've heard and we've talked to about the interest that we have together. So, what made you decide that you wanted to do film, or what was the style that you wanted to pursue?
Like I touched on earlier, like, it just started off as YouTube videos, doing like I said, like challenges or like tags, whatever was trending. And then I started watching YouTube influencers and like other influencers like start doing like TV series or like short films or even big production films, and I got interested in that. And seeing people do what you want to do is like, that's intriguing. That's why we come here every week, see Jacque do this. And so I guess I don't have a like clear like, oh, this moment, that moment. But I guess just seeing people like my influencers create all this amazing content, it's just like, wow, I want to do that. And like I said earlier, I went out and did it. I didn't have a camera. I do now, but I had an iPod. Then I went to a camcorder, iPhone, blah, blah, blah. And I went out. I taught myself how to edit. And then I started just putting it out for the world to see. Hopefully, whoever, somewhere in the world, somebody watched it and enjoyed it.
So, so you talked about your music path. So, is there anything related to that to film? Are you going to put that in your film? Is there anything that you want to go for?
One of my boys that was in a band that I used to be in, Cornbread, shout out Cornbread. He I guess he wants to be like a producer. He produces his own music. He put out an album. He put out like 2 albums and like a bunch of music. So, and I'm still real cool with him. So, and then I have another boy, one of my other boys, shout out Kadir. He's a singer. They're both singers. And so hopefully I can incorporate, like, let's say I do film. I have an upcoming film coming out at some point this year. Hopefully I can get them on, like, to do a track or something like that for that. But as far as my personal music, I do want to, I don't know how essentially, like, maybe, let's say I do a film where, like, I'm a drummer, but I'm scared to, like, show my craft to the world. Let's say I want to do something like that. Or even if it's just me uploading, like, me playing drums to, like, popular songs, like, doing that on my YouTube channel. So, yeah.
Do you want to do any covers, or, like, if you want to in your YouTube channel, do you want to do covers on that?
I do. I did, me and my band Cornbread, we did a couple covers of songs like Location or Kiss It Better, like stuff like that, and then I uploaded that on my YouTube channel. Me and my boys covered a song back in like March, and we put that I think on SoundCloud actually. I wrote, part of my girlfriend's Christmas gift was I made her a song, which is on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/VONTLEAK. We made that. But yeah, I definitely want to incorporate that because that's a big part of me and how I came up. And like I said, I taught myself how to edit and get into film. I taught myself how to play drums too. So if there's any way I can incorporate that and all my musical abilities, definitely like morph that all together because that's who I am.
So what is your role model? So who is specifically in the realm of YouTube is your role model, or if you have any, or if you can think of anything? Because I know that for me personally, I have a role model.
Who's yours?
So my role model is Alicia Marie because she is a hardworking girl. She is in California. She took a break, but her editing is on point. So do you have any role models?
YouTube wise, I have a couple. I have YouTube role models that like, and then I have like higher what's the word? Just like higher role models from like YouTube. So like YouTube, Mikey Murphy, he creates film. Like he went to Notre Dame and he lived in Jersey. Then he moved out to LA at like the age of 17. Started producing films, which I find that crazy to think like somebody like us went and like made his dream happen, and he's out there making films, which is crazy. Who else? Now that you're asking me, I can't think of any of them. On a higher scale, I can say definitely like Donald Glover, entertainers like Donald Glover, Tyler Perry, Jamie Foxx, like people that are all around in the entertainment industry, like people that do like Donald Glover does music, or well, when he's music, it's Childish Gambino, but when he's like in acting, he like directors and he's like directing, writing, acting, like somebody that like wears all types of hats. Cause like I feel like in the entertainment industry, you always have to be able to wear all the hats in order to have people that work for you. So that way, like somebody told me this a while ago, when you start hiring people, like let's say me and you become directors for each other's team, or like we just like become like crazy filmmakers, we have to know how to edit, we have to know how to direct, we have to know how to do that. So when we hire people, we hold them to a standard. So like people like I said, all those people that do that, though, they're very inspiring to me, and like I pray to God that like one day I get to that level of success. It's crazy how that's possible.
So do you have any support from your family? So what is your relationship with your family?
My family's been completely supportive of like just about every step I've made as far as like my career and what I want to do. My first video, I used to make like these dumb skits dressing up, and like I couldn't afford wigs back in the day, so me and my cousin used to wear like book covers on our heads. Back when a book cover could fit on my head, now I have hair. And like do and like anything, just to make our families laugh. And then from there, like, it went on to doing more serious stuff. And my family was always like, okay, like, yeah, that's funny, like, keep doing it. And I feel like as long as I'm getting, if it's comedy, like a laugh, or like, let's say I'm making a horror movie, a scare, like, as long as I'm entertaining my audience, that's what's important. I feel like family comes first. So as long as my parents are supportive, I've never made something that my family was like, so, and I like, that's usually like the standard I hold my videos and stuff too. Like, will they accept this? Will they like this? But then also, like, again, you have to think about your audience, because your audiences are the ones that make or break you too. So,
who is your main audience in your YouTube realm? So who is your main audience?
That's a good question. Like I said, I have a little over 2,000. No, I mean almost 2,000 subscribers. My audience is target. Like, I make comedy skits. This year I want to get more serious and start doing more serious, like not high profile, but like more like content that I'm proud of. I'm gonna say teens to like adults, like 70-year-olds could watch my videos. I don't get, like I said, whoever I'm entertaining, like, that's who I want to aim it to. I don't care how old you are. I don't care what gender. I don't care if you're an animal. I just want to entertain. That's all.
So you're saying that it doesn't matter who watches?
Yeah. Like I said, I don't make things that, like, my parents aren't. So I wouldn't make like a rap video, like cussing and like rolling dice and like shooting or whatever. Like, I wouldn't do something, because like that's not something like I'd be proud of, unless I'm acting. But as long as it's something like I know my parents would be proud, like, to be like, that's my son, like, or that's my nephew, brother, blah blah blah. Like, that's all, like, I can really, like, just be happy and be able to say my parents are happy that, like, I made whatever I made. So yeah.
So what made you decide that you wanted to do YouTube? So for me personally, I know I don't have the guts right now, but maybe someday I will.
I told you, we're gonna make that happen.
Yeah.
We're gonna make that happen.
So what's your motivation, or how did you get started?
Like I said, I literally just, like, and I keep saying it, I feel like you just think I don't have answers. Like, I literally just did it. I saw YouTubers doing it, and YouTube actually came out of nowhere to me. Like, I remember, like, one day I was like, all I watched was Nickelodeon. The one day, like, Disney Channel appeared. I was all on Disney Channel. So, like, one day I didn't know the YouTube world existed, and, like, people did this consistently and, like, for money. I don't do it for money, but, like, did it for like a living. And so I saw it, and I was like, I didn't know this, like, was a thing. And, like, to see the different realms of, like, there's YouTubers like Mikey Murphy, Niga Higa, that make the content that I want to make. And it's so accessible. Like, you don't have to pay for YouTube. Like, you have to pay for cable. You don't have to go to the movies to see. Like, it's so, like, it's a platform that is so not rewarding, but I want to say it's like it's easy for you to do it, and it's great because people will see it. Like, you don't have to go make, like, the world's best movie and then, like, have someone be like, oh, nope, it's trash, can't show nobody, it can't be on, like, DVD, you can't do this, that, and the third. So you get to do whatever you want, and there will be somebody somewhere in the world that likes it.
Okay, so would you maybe decide if you want to do a documentary about yourself on your YouTube channel?
Definitely. I actually
make it for free.
I had a friend that made a documentary about himself called 20, and it was like when he turned 20, about his 20 years of life and what he wanted to do. I want to do that this year for my birthday because, like, when we go to college, it's like that's like the next, like, chapter of our lives. So I want to talk about, like, my life in the past 18 years and how what's next, like, what it's been and what's next. So
we have a few minutes. So I just want to say, do you have any other advice for people wanting to do YouTube or anything and you want to say to people?
Let me see. 'Cause, like, you keep saying, like, you keep saying that, and I was gonna say just do it. Don't be afraid, I guess, because if you're so concerned about what other people think, then you won't. I'm not gonna say you won't ever make it in the industry, because there are people that, like, are still scared for their lives, but, like, you'll put out stuff for so long that you just feel like other people are gonna like, and you won't be proud or happy because you're not doing what you want to do. If it's what you want to do, like, just do it, and don't let negativity stop you. If anything, let negativity, like, push you to do, like, I have people that are watching this and don't like it. So, but yeah.
And do you have any social media accounts that you want to share?
Instagram and YouTube, Vont Leak, VONTLEAK. Go subscribe.
And your YouTube channel?
Yeah, that's my YouTube channel. Okay. And then Instagram is my name still, VONTLEAK. Go follow me.
So, well, just for saying that, congratulations on your YouTube channel.
Thank you.
And doing that. I guess that maybe someday I will, or you can help me out. So
definitely.
Maybe. I will have the chance or opportunity.
Definitely.
Yeah, and the program for helping me out. Maybe I can go. So thank you for the opportunity.
No problem.
And also for telling me your story and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And to wrap things up, do you have anything to say to me personally since it's my last day?
Wow, stop. Yeah. I met you at one of my concerts that Jacque was the host of, and I want to say it's been an honor. I'm not even going to say it's been an honor because I'm still going to talk to you because I'm. You think I'm playing with you right now? I'm just saying it because we're on cameras, or whatever, and I'm trying to be nice. We're going to work together in the future. I'm telling you that right now. In the very, very near future, whether we're working together, I'm working for you, you're working for me, we're going to work together because I don't meet much like people that want to do what I want to do. So we're going to work together. So I'm not even going to go there. It's been an honor to be here with you, but this isn't not even close to the beginning. So forget the end. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for that. And we'll see you soon at Trenton 365.
Pros in the know start with Lowe's, because Lowe's has the fixtures and the savings pros need to finish the job right. Building or renovating a bathroom? Right now, you can get up to 35% off select bath faucets. You can even get select toilets starting at $88. Plus, you can order what you need at lowesforpros.com and pick up your order in-store. So, Pro, now that you know, start with Lowe's. While supplies last, selection varies by location, U.S. only.
180 over 111, and I had a stroke. I couldn't speak or walk.
150 over 90, and I had a stroke.
This is what high blood pressure sounds like. You might not feel its symptoms, but the results from a stroke are far from silent. Get back on your treatment plan or talk with your doctor to create a plan that works for you. Go to loweryourhbp.org.
Head to toe, everything's changed.
Brought to you by the American Stroke Association, American Medical Association, and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the Trenton 365 show. For those of you who've been in for the whole hour, that segment was just awesome, being able to hear Vont interview Evelyn and vice versa. I think that's a great experience for them. But it's also nice for me to be able to sit off to the side and watch what they're doing, and I'm looking forward to seeing both of you progress. So we're going to do something a little bit different here as well. You two are going to ask me some questions, and then from there we'll close out the show. So without any further ado, folks, you can always send me an email, Trenton365show@gmail.com. You can follow me on social media platforms. Facebook is Trenton365show, and on Instagram and Twitter it's at Trenton365. And I'm going to turn it over to Vont and Evelyn now, who are going to ask him some questions, kind of reversing things with an interview, and then we'll go from there.
Hello, sir.
Hi, how are you?
I'm swell.
Good.
Okay. Do you want to start or?
Okay, so I have a lot of questions for you.
Okay.
So how did you start being hostess, and what made you decide that you wanted to be a hostess?
Sure. Yeah, so I just left corporate America, and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with the rest of my life after some health issues, and started serving on the board of the R.E.A.C.H organization, which is a Trenton-based nonprofit organization started by Marty Johnson. Shout out to Marty Johnson, a good friend of mine, and I'd like to say that he's one of my mentors. And I came onto the program to be interviewed by Karen Hernandez Granson, Pastor Karen Hernandez Granson, about a program that R.E.A.C.H was doing called Spirit Walk, and I was one of the board members who was leading that effort. And I came on, and I was interviewed, and shortly thereafter, the station manager, Vinnie Stansberry, contacted Karen and said, hey, can you talk to Jacque and see if he'd be interested in hosting a program here on WIMG? And at that time, I was coming on once a month to host the television portion of, I think it's called In the Public Interest at the time. And then from there, I said, this is kind of interesting. And a few other people said, we heard you, sounds pretty good. And I just asked them, could I have my own show? And shortly thereafter, I got my own show, and Trenton 365 was born.
Wow. So when you were in college, did you know that you wanted to be a hostess, or?
I had absolutely no idea or any interest, for that matter, to be involved in radio or television. When I was a kid, I did some modeling and things like that, and thought I wanted to be involved in that portion of the fashion industry. But that quickly turned, since I didn't grow much taller than what I am now, which is about 5'7". So the idea of being in magazines or on a runway was short-lived. But I found a very successful and rewarding career in fashion, doing stuff at the production level, working in lots of different realms of that. I had no interest or idea about doing radio or television. It's one of those things that I literally like to tell folks I kind of fell into it, and now that I get older and I think about it, I was led to this. It's much more of a spiritual thing.
Now that you're here, you've done this show, 6 years?
Actually, I should probably get the details on that and go into that, but I don't know. It's been over, I guess it's been about 7 years.
And just so the folks at home who, let's say this is the first time watching, how, just a list of 5 big things that being host of this show, and then your role in civic engagement in the city, what has that, what have you done that, what has it brought?
Well, for me, I think that, and let me back up. For me, this is my life. I'm just super fortunate because everything that I do on social media, I do here on the show, this is really I'm just sharing my life, the people who are in my life. So I don't put on a character. When you meet me out in public, this is just who I am. I mean, I don't dress special to come on and do the show or any of those things. This is literally just who I am. I'm just a really fortunate person that I am doing something that is so natural to me, just being myself. I also find it really rewarding when I'm out in public and people say something to me and say, hey, I heard you, or I saw your program. I like what you're doing. Be engaged, being engaged and continue to do what you're doing. Or I reached out to the person who was a guest on your show, and my child is working with them now, or it was a good experience for me, or I was able to get some help from one of the organizations that you had on your program. So to take that as a holistic, I am living out my life on camera, but at the same time, it's very rewarding because I'm actually making an impact.
Did a lot of that come from hosting this show? Because when I first met you, not formally, was at the event at Rider University last April. I was about to say earlier this year, last year, and then you were the host of Pork Roll Festival. No, you were at Pork Roll Festival. You were the host of the Levitt Amp concert series. So did becoming becoming host and being on the scenes, on the red carpet of all these events, did that come with hosting this show, or?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of things. So being civically engaged, it puts me in an opportunity where I meet a lot of different people. And then when people start to connect the dots and say, wow, he does radio, he does television, it's an opportunity for me to have to come onto the program, or for him to design a commercial or a PSA for me, or for my business or organization. That's one thing, but I think that it just goes hand in hand. When you're someone who's on radio or on television, you become, air quotes, a celebrity, so to speak, or a public figure. And because of that, people naturally they recognize you, when you're walking through the mall or you're at dinner or something like that. So because of that, it's like a snowball effect.
Yeah.
But
from
the
there,
interesting,
just,
but the interesting thing about that here in this region where we are, although it's very densely populated, I mean, we're in between New York and Philadelphia. So if I was doing what I'm doing in New York and Philadelphia, the opportunities would be coming much faster because I'd be in a much larger audience. I'm here in Mercer County, in this Trenton, Mercer, Bucks region. The opportunities for people to recognize who a public figure is, and I think most people are still trying to figure out, what does that marketplace look like? Should we be paying him for this? And how much should we be paying him for this? And what's the reach of the audience? And I'm going to go off into the weeds a little bit and do a little self-promotion here. I think a lot of people sometimes think about New York and Philadelphia as they're the only things that are happening here. But as you both know, there's a lot more happening in between New York and Philadelphia. And I think that what we need to do, and I like to consider myself one of those driving forces along with many, many other people here who are trying to understand that this is an opportunity in a marketplace that we can create. So if we can look at a news figure or a radio TV figure in New York or Philadelphia and big them up and invite them to come from Philadelphia or New York to Trenton and Mercer County, well, why not just put that emphasis behind the people who are already here who are doing it, because more than likely that's going to generate some economy here. Like any money that I make here, it goes right back into the local community. I'm going out to dinner, I'm hiring people to do work, it stays right here. But if you have someone who comes from Philadelphia or New York who comes into this region and gets paid for something, more than likely they're going to spend that money when they go back home, which is New York or Philadelphia. So we never really truly develop an economy here, especially in a marketplace around art, which is one of my focuses.
So how do you get connections to people? Like, what is your secret on getting people to be here and come here and tell their story?
It's the smile.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's that, but you know what? Many years ago, when I was working in Jones, New York, shout out to that crew, I used to work with a man whose name was Mario. And he had this saying, and it stuck with me. And he said, it costs nothing to be nice. And it just made so much sense to me. Not that I was ever a mean person or had those. I was never that person. I was probably more along the lines of being shy when I was younger, or have people taking advantage of my kindness. But I realized that this is just who I am as a person. At the core, I'm just quote unquote I'm a nice guy. And I think it becomes genuine. Well, it is genuine, and I think people see that. So when I ask people, hey, would you like to come onto my show to talk about what you're doing? If they're apprehensive, I give them the space. Like, I'm not pushy. I mean, you guys have been here when I interview people. So if they're not ready, they're not ready. I just say, maybe later. And then inevitably what happens is people end up doing some research and asking some questions and then seeing some of the stuff that's on social media, and then they say, wow, hey, isn't that bad? So let me go on there and talk about this.
Yeah, he's real. He's real.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it. And I think that just being honest and asking people, because I believe at the core, man, human beings all just want one thing. They want to be loved, they want to have a good time, and they want to have their needs met, which I know generally is food, water, and shelter. If we can provide all those different things to everybody, I think people are generally happy.
So do you have the support from your family? Do you have any support at all, like a role model?
I have more support than you can imagine, which is one of the reasons why I always ask other people about the support that they have. Like when I ask you about your parents and your familial support, because I have a lot of it, and I know what it means to me. I've got a core group of people, not only in my spiritual circles and in my faith, but also my recreation, my bike riding, my exercise group, my fashion group, my neighborhood group, and most importantly, my wife and my daughter. I mean, my wife is absolutely amazing. The support that she has provided for all my life. I've known her since I was 15 years old. And so 35 years she's been in my life, and she's been very supportive, from the beginning. And now that my daughter is 15 years old, she's actually following right in those veins. And she actually does quite a bit with helping me to become younger in my thoughts, guiding me, saying, hey, Dad, that could be a borderline topic to talk about, and you may be able to speak to your audience, the 40 and up group, but you're going to miss out on the youth.
I thought you were in a day past 22.
Exactly.
I'll take that. Well, if I continue with this health and fitness, hopefully I'll continue to maintain this. But that's all, I think, genetics and trying to stay even keel. Like, I don't get too high, I don't get too low.
Enoch in fitness, the bike, the skate jam that you do every Saturday, this show, what's next? Specifically for 2019, but like in general though.
Yeah, so I'm I look at it this way. When I started working in fashion at Jones, New York at the time, we were manufacturing clothes under like 40 different labels, covering everything from children's wear all the way up to men's and women's specific clothing, including juniors and so forth. So at that time, I got an understanding about licensing. And I like to tell that with a story that I had when I was a kid. When I went to a guidance counselor, they told me I had to pick one thing to do for the rest of my life. And I think that stunted me mentally. And it wasn't until I was an adult, like in my 30s or 40s, that I realized that, no, I can do anything that I want, any opportunity that I have. It's a matter of how I structure it. So much so that I even gave this quote to a friend of mine who's an author, Bart Jackson of Bart's Books, and it is, be the CEO of your life, because that's what it is.
I like that.
You know, if you need to make $100,000 a year, if you get it from 10 different places or one place, if you still need to make $100,000, you got to make that money. So when I think about the things that I do, the different projects like repping brands like Inokin Fitness, working to design a skate park, being part of the biking culture here in Trenton, New Jersey and in the region, having my hands in fashion, and then here with the media as well, like Trenton 365 Live, which launched late in 2018. Those are the things that I'm just going to continue with. I'm a big believer in that we need to continue to try things, constantly evolve, and try to get better. So I throw a lot of things at the wall, and a lot of things don't stick. But the things that do stick, that's what I'm running with. So as of right now, R.E.A.C.H, or is my theme, R.E.A.C.H, Recreation, Environment, Art and Culture, Civic Engagement, Health and Nutrition. So under those 5 topics are the things that I'm focusing on. So under recreation, we got the skate park, biking. Under the environment, a big focus of mine is the water safety and what's happening with water here, recycling and those things in our environment. When I think about art and culture, of course, I come with fashion, live music, visual arts as well. Civic engagement, I think it's important for people to understand that we need to be actively involved in building the communities that we want, whatever that looks like, because if we don't, then someone's going to make those decisions for us. And when I talk about health, that's just the basic stuff. I mean, I'm a 50-year-old African-American man, and I'm very fortunate that I'm in good health, knock on wood. There's plenty of people who fit my demographic who don't reach this age. So I'm not, I look at
20,
where I am.
22.
So I look at where I am right now as it's truly a blessing. And I want to share the life experiences and things that I find with other people, because, I mean, I feel if I'm having this much joy and happiness in my life, it behooves me to share it with others.
So what's your secret on your health? So you say that you work out a lot. So what's your secret?
Yeah, I don't want to say that I work out a lot, because I don't want people to think that I'm that gym rat, that I'm in there, 2-3 hours. Literally, for me, exercise is something that I enjoy doing. I mean, the endorphins fire off of me, so I've got a different feeling towards it. But my general workouts are an hour and 15 minutes max. I'm not there to really socialize. I'm there to work out, and I follow a particular plan. I do a full body workout. I don't do extremely heavy weights. I don't do anything crazy. I'm not looking to run a marathon. I'm just kind of like literally just middle of the road, stay consistent. I eat whatever I want, whatever's basically put in front of me, and try to enjoy it any way that I can. I'm not a big fan of saying, oh, well, I can't eat this because I'm on a diet, or I have to only eat this because I'm on a diet. First of all, I think God has blessed us with these opportunities of all these wonderful different cultures, especially in this region.
Amen.
And lots of different food. I would be foolish to say that I'm not going to eat this particular culture's food just because it doesn't fit my diet. Well, maybe I don't eat a whole plate of it, but it might be good for me to give a taste of it.
Amen. Real quick, because we're about to end the show. Trenton 365 Live, what it's been, what it's going to be. I want to touch on that real quick.
Awesome, man. And publicly, again, I love you because you understand how this industry works at a very young age. So big ups to you. So Trenton 365 Live is going to be a little bit different than some of the other programs that I have going on, like Trenton 365, the Amon's Brindled Regional Music Show, which is on WWFM Jazz on 2, and the Trenton 365 program that's also on WWFM Jazz on 2, which is all music. So Trenton 365 Live is going to be a bit more of a deeper look at what what I'm doing, more focused on, again, the REACH portion, recreation, environment, art and culture, civic engagement, health and nutrition, but also an opportunity to bring in some sponsors, an opportunity to bring in some other entities that may not fit the strategy of Jazz On 2, which is a nonprofit station, or WIMG, which is a gospel Christian station as well. There's other people I've had contacts with who are interested in doing some sponsorship that, again, may fit the Trenton 365 segment, but may not fit the other segments.
All right. Like I said, thank you for giving us this opportunity.
Thank you.
For all that you do for us for this internship. Thank you for allowing us the time to sit here and interview you. You want us to close, or you want to close, or?
Why don't you both close?
All right. Do you have anything else you'd like to say?
No, I think we're good.
All right. Well, everybody, you've been watching the Trenton 365 show. I'm Vont Leak. This is Evelyn Quijivix. This is Jacque Howard. Thank you guys so much for watching. Jacque and I will see you next week. Good.